my wonderful collective. Welcome to my channel. This is me, Slava. Good to see everybody. And welcome to guests of my channel as well. If you're new, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, my wonderful collective, let's do another reading for you. And let's take a look what messages the spirit guides have for you today, shall we? What messages the spirit guides have for you today? First message. Second message. We'll take a look at two messages, okay? So the first message from your spirit guides is falsita, falsification, fraud. Okay, so some sort of fraudulent activity has been happening here. The first message is in regards to some sort of fraud, falsified evidence, falsified identity theft, like identity theft, falsified documents, falsified reports. So falsita means counterfeit or fake. Someone have set you up, maybe perhaps still continue to setting you up. I will analyze the situation of fabrication. Somebody falsified something about you or trying to falsify something about you, okay? And of course, the second message that we will be analyzing today, which is message coming your way, some sort of very important information. Maybe perhaps this important information is in regards to some sort of fraud and falsification. So let's analyze the first one, then we will jump into and take a look what news is heading your way. There's a messenger gonna come in, a messenger, a person maybe perhaps that will bring you some sort of information or will bring forth clarification, confirmation in regards to the situation that you want to know. So a first card, counterfeit. Counterfeit, falsification, fraud, lies, manipulation, deception. Okay, so let's see. Clarify the card of counterfeit, false, or fabrication of evidence. Because someone here is trying to set you up. That's what I see. That's what I see. What is this information? Let's analyze. First message. First card, star. Death. Nine of Wands. Okay, makes sense. That makes sense. Well, see, the lies. This is all attempts. It's someone's wish, really. Someone's really, really wishing it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And even if it did happen in the past, if let's say in the past, your enemies or karmics got away with setups, fraud, corruption, false reports, identity theft, stalking, harassment, you name it. It's not going to work this time. That's the thing. It is not going to work this time. But I do see that someone's wish, that there's the biggest wish of your enemies by the moon card to do what? To falsify something about you. To lie about you. But was a death card. It's not going to happen. It's over. It's the ending. It's the ending. And whoever this person is, I will take a look. Who is so obsessed to the point of delusions to try to twist the truth, to try to fabricate, counterfeit, to set you up, and yet is going to fail. I will see who is obsessed with this delusion that he or she will be able to get away with this criminal activity. Because that's exactly what I see. Someone here is dreaming about it. It's their biggest dream. Their biggest dream, because star symbolizes dreams. Their biggest dreams is to set you up. Someone dislike you so much that they simply trying every single techniques to cause you legal problems. Someone is daydreaming that you will be arrested, that you will be detained, and matter of fact, that they will get away with their fraud. But like I said, not on your watch. So who is this person? The group of people. It's not one person. It's a group of corrupt people. At least 3, maybe even more, maybe 30. It's a group of people, see? Group of people here thinking, what can we do? Well, what can we do to set you up? To the point that they even using your identity to commit financial frauds. Financial frauds, you understand? There's something about money here. Because the term is counterfeit, so money, maybe bank frauds. Something here, these people are puffing, huffing. 3 people, maybe more, obsessed with this idea that they will be able to set you up. That they will be able to set you up. And why would they want to do that? Because they're criminals themselves. And the chances are that they themselves already got it busted, exposed, is a fact. So yeah, of course they're trying. They're trying to do anything. As long as they are not being held accountable legally. But they will be. There will be. So it's a group of people. See, the devil was on the bottom of my deck. Devil card. Devil, sick people. See, devil falls right under 9 of Wands. Which means that whoever that is ill. It's an ill person. Ill, weak, sick. 9 of Wands in tarot symbolizes illness, weakness. Yeah, they're tired. Of course they are. But at some point, like I said, they should have given up, but they don't. They don't. Maybe perhaps out of fear. They're afraid. They're afraid. They're afraid of punishment, of legal consequences. But they sure trying. Tell you that much. Thinking that nobody's watching while they're being watched, while you being watched at the same time. So who is this person? Show me whose idea is out of this whole community. Because like I already said, it's more than one person, at least 3 people, puffing day and night to set you up. They could plant evidence, they could fabricate evidence. What is a very common? Of course, it is not you. So whatever this organized criminals are doing is they posing to be you, right? Because the whole purpose, they want you to get into trouble for some sort of fraud. You understand? So that's what does it involves? It involves either online crimes or something to do online over internet, stuff like that. Because clearly, physically, they're not you. So physically, they cannot commit these crimes. So in other words, authentication is missing from a legal perspective. So a bunch of fools. Bunch of ill-obsessed fools that are facing judgment. Meaning that whoever did this to you before and still trying to do this to you again are now facing heavenly judgment. Heavenly, see? This is the card of judgment. Heavenly judgment. And on top of that, legal consequences. So show me number 1 person. See, I just talked about law. They will be legally punished in a criminal court. Because the word falsita means falsified. Falsified. Counterfeit. Identity theft. Setup. Entrapment. It's all fraud. It's all fake. Fake. So don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. They're showing me here King of Cups Empress, 10 of Cups could be a man and a woman that doing this, but I will clarify it. Some family, some sort of relationship or ties. Who is the key player of this fraud? Who is the key player of this fraud? Because they're so pathetic that they really believe, again, judgment card comes up. They're so pathetic that they truly believe that their setup will work, right? Truly believe it. They're delusional. They're criminals. It's a criminal organization, conspiracy. So who is this person? Who is number one person? Lovers, couple. It's a couple. It's lovers. Lovers, okay? Two more people that combine together. Man and a woman. Man and a woman are initiator of this entire thing. Two people, plus some. They did it together. They joined forces together. They don't have to be in a romantic relationship. They could have been friends. Maybe they had some sort of romantic relationship in the past. But once again, the Lover's card is not always about romance. The Lover's card signifies that two people joined forces together, joined their two forces together, most likely man and a woman, for the purposes of entrapping you, because they do not want to be held accountable for that initial fraud and this initial illegal activity that they have done against you, clearly behind your back. Because everything that this couple, I'm going to refer to them as a couple, as I mentioned, doesn't have to be a romantic couple or long-term relationship, whatever. I'm not looking at their status. All I'm saying that two people join their forces together to do this to you. They're very scared. They're very afraid. And they have a lot to be afraid of, because they will be held accountable. They're criminals, and they should be treated as such. They should be punished as such. Who is the initiator from this couple? First of all, let's analyze. Is these two are work friends? Or what type of partnership would that was? For intention of what? What type of intentions? 2 Wands, they were planning something, okay? 2 Wands is all about, it's all about foresight, it's about planning, okay? I just want to see if there's money involved. But see, their plans are all stagnant, and they're scared. They're scared about that, because I feel like they cannot figure out why it's not working. Because I see that it's not working here. I see stagnation, like nothing. It doesn't move anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere. Nothing happens to you. So, and the fact that nothing happens to you brings them fear. So they're scared. They're like, well, what's going on? By the Moon card and 7 of Swords and this fraud, it's supposed to work, right? And a normal person, like an average person, would have already been arrested with what was done to you illegally, I'm saying, because they're using your identity to commit these crimes, and they're bad crimes. They're not minor, like fraud over, let's say, $500, could, as an example, or even more, right? Or some other crimes. Using your identity, really working hard to set you up. And they've been doing this for a long time, right? They've been doing this for a long time, at least 2 years. At least 2 years. So right now, the way this couple is watching, right? They're most likely watching you from a distance. See, they're like a foresight from the distance. They're observing, and they're like, well, what's going on? Cops not contacting you. You're not arrested. What's happening? Like, they cannot figure it out. But the truth is that police already catched on. They already know who's behind it. They know it's not you. They know it's not you. That's why nobody's talking to you. Nobody's questioning you. You're not arrested. You're not under arrest at all. At all. So that brings them, they freaked out. They're scared. They're scared because they've done so much harm to you. They're scared. Yeah, see? That's you. 4-1, stable, stability. You just, see? Protection. 4-1 is balance. It's like, think about it as a home. Home with 4 walls, 4 corners, right? There are 4. There's stability, protection. You're fine. You're protected. And that's something that they cannot figure out. Why is that? Why? Because like I said, an average person would have already been arrested with everything that they did to you. Who is afraid the most out of these two? Who is afraid the most? Again, six of cups card. It's a situation dragging on from the past. It's from the past situation. Meaning that these people most likely have been targeting you for a long time. Maybe even 6 years. But who's the initial? Who's afraid here? Who's fear coming through between those two? Crooks. 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, they're very scared to lose stability in life. Maybe money. Maybe it was a financial fraud. Okay, somebody committed fraud, falsified documents in a position of authority, like a corrupt cop, corrupt lawyer, or somebody, right? But doesn't have to be. I see that these people are very scared because they're greedy. That person is greedy. They're scared about losing money that they stole or earned upon your suffering. They don't want to lose their stability. The only really thing that they're concerned about is money. Okay. Money, stability in life, and financial abundance. But who? Who is so afraid here? Who is so afraid? Once again, the card of distance. Somebody that is on a distance from you, watching you, observing you from the distance. Most likely a female here. A female that proclaimed herself an empress. Yeah, again, female. Female with money. Loves money. Loves good life. Loves traveling, vacations, wine, expensive dining, expensive food, costume to live in comfort. This is also the card that signifies comfort alongside with a card of an empress. It's some sort of, most likely a female that both prescribed as blonde, maybe she is blonde, that, you know, got accustomed to have good life and thought that she's gonna have that type of lifestyle, some sort of status, because Empress is always the status, someone who afraid to lose that financial status, maybe status of privilege or status of wealth. It's a woman here scared, mostly. Maybe it was her idea, right? Maybe it was her idea to begin with. What else she's afraid to lose? What else she's... Oh, there's another man. Emperor. Again. Maybe it's a husband and wife, actually. There's a man as well with him. Also same like her. But it could be a husband and wife, matter of fact. Husband and wife. Emperor and an empress. Emperor and an empress. Husband and wife. Boyfriend and girlfriend. Who thought that they're above the law. Law does not apply to them. Right? Power couple. This is what they thought of themselves. We are power couple. Nothing could happen to us. Right? Some sort of man here. As well. Emperor. It's a couple. Man and a woman. Man in generally is a very weak man. Um, really loves power, but does not have competence to be powerful. In fact, non-powerful at all, but really enjoys that status of wealth and power. But matter of fact, is not powerful. Nothing. He's a manipulator. That's who he is. Manipulator. He's weak. Man is a weak personality trait. Maybe also likes alcohol. Um, often prescribed traits of womanizer. Woman here, on another hand, holds a sword. Highly manipulative as well. They're both manipulators, right? But woman here wears the pants. She tells the man what to do. She controls this man. With this man, without this woman, nothing. Nothing. She's the one that always pushing him, opening some sort of doors for him. It's like, it was her idea, okay? It was this woman's idea. It's a man and a woman. Emperor and an empress. Either they're married, legally married, and they're both facing imprisonment. Both of them. 8 of Swords. See, 8 of Swords. It's over. And they don't even know about it. But secretly, there is a person in uniform that is investigating these people. But I also see that this couple, so-called married couple, also hired somebody. They paid somebody or sent somebody to secretly watch you. Okay? They paid somebody. They paid somebody and they pretty much said, we will give you any price that you want. But make sure that you, my collective, being arrested, set up, hurt, abused, and so on and so on and so on. But really, they just really don't want to lose money. They don't want to lose good life. Good life that they obtain through abuse. They're abusers. There's another man here that heavily is going to be arrested very soon. I want to see whether they paid this man. It could be also a hacker, detective, corrupt cop, maybe. Somebody here is secretly here is involved because they don't want to get their hands dirty. But I also strongly feel that they're being investigated. This whole trio being investigated because, see, this is the card of protection. You're like in the bubble, right? Meaning that you're protected. Legally, cops are not going to touch you. None. Zero. You're a victim of this psychopathic husband and wife. You are the victim. That's why you're protected. You're protected against this fraud. See? Protected. And it's mostly this woman idea. She's the one that wears the pants. She's the one that telling this man what to do. Like I already mentioned, this man is useless on his own. Useless. This was all of her idea, of this woman's idea, to do this to you. Who is this King of Swords that is going to jail? Who is this other man? Kind of gives me a creeps. Very aggressive, corrupt, slimy, psychopathic, manic. Yeah, he's definitely going to be locked up because something he has been doing to you in secret behind your back that he's going to be locked up for. There's a lock. All of these trios going to go to jail. Yeah, see, he will be locked up. Some sort of humiliation. I kind of feel like these psychopaths here wanted to humiliate you, right? There was some sort of humiliation scheme that was vabbing against you. So once again, will be arrested because there is a man, maybe his older man. What are these trio wanted? What are they wanted? Ring, boomerang, yeah. Boomerang for greed. Money, what money they wanted. What do they wanted? Money. They wanted money. That's what they wanted. And now they're getting boomerang for that. They all of them will be in jail because something here they falsified. And that's exactly the message soon you will receive. First is this tyrant, psychopath, stalker that will be arrested. And then this pair will follow. But I see that they're getting boomerang for greed. And matter of fact, that boomerang is going to go round and round and round. Not just one time shot, hit. Okay, it's going to go round and round and round, just like this ring. Non-stop, non-stop, non-stop. So how many times they abused you? How many times they assaulted you? How many times they use your identity to set you up, right? It's going to be all again. And for that too, for every single time that you were humiliated, disrespected, lied on, yelled at, they will get a boomerang for that. They will not clear themselves out of this misfortune that they deserve. And of course, greed. It's all because of greed. They're greedy. Money, right? I want money. I want status. It's all mine. I'm better than you. Oh, right? At the beginning, they really thought that they could manipulate you, right? They thought they could manipulate the system. They saw that, oh, well, I know cops. Maybe some of them are cops too, out of this trio. Either a man or maybe a woman. Or they thought, oh, well, I'm a lawyer. Oh, I'm a judge. Oh, I'm a police officer. Oh, I'm a soldier in military, a general, commander, corporal, whoever. It doesn't matter who you are. You are not going to manipulate anybody because you're a criminal, a low-life criminal. In fact, abuse of power is an aggravating factor in sentencing. It's not a mitigating factor. But at the end of the day, the justice card, the justice itself will outweigh. And what these psychopaths have done, there's no defense available. There's no justification. But they wanted to manipulate you. They wanted to manipulate you. They manipulated you. They manipulated the system. They are manipulators. But they are already got caught. And they're scared, especially this psychopathic woman here. Yeah, promotion here. Promotion. They made money. See? Money here. Increase of income. They did this to you for money. Now, they're most likely losing money. In a very short period of time, they will have a criminal record. They can forget about their status or their privilege. This falsification is no longer going to work. And even though it worked in the past, because you suffered as a result of fraud, of conspiracy, of targeted offenses, it will not work this time. And they very well understand that. And if they don't, well, what can I say? They're fools. Aren't they not? It was money here. That's what they dream about. Money, wealth, status, privilege. That's really what it was. Greed. Greed. What joins these psychopaths together? Narcissistic desire of wealth. Nothing else. There's no emotions here. None. So this smart-ass woman over here, the psychopath, whose idea it was on the first place, and of course this drunk man, weak, paid some king of swords here, some freako, to watch you. Often king of swords represents somebody connected one way or the other, either to military, law, detective, private detective. Hacker also represents electronic hacking, to set you up, because once again they hoped that if they can set you up, you would go to prison and there will be off the hook, because now you would be the bad guy. You understand? This is how they wanted it. This is they thought will work. But little did they know that they are already being investigated for at least 6 years. At least. Promotion here is not going to happen. They will be demoted. Completely demoted. So this is a good news. This is a good news. This is a confirmation for you. Yeah, see, false reports about you. That's their version of setting you up. To lie. To lie. To make some imaginary reports about you, about your identity. And they have done this before, but they disrespect the system. They disrespect the law. So why would the law protect such cowards? Law was created not only to maintain the order in a society with its main objective, was that said by judges being the gatekeepers of the law. The law was there to protect the innocents and the innocent. The law was not created for the purpose of being abused for their personal financial gains or greed or a stepping stool. So they will answer very heavy, and they're already getting boomerangs. I already see that. Boomerangs flying for this trio. Boomerangs. See, it says door closed, shut, no way back, meaning that these people cannot return the time anymore. They made their choices, and that choice was a targeted offense on you. There's no coming back anymore. There's no saying I'm sorry anymore. The door's shut. It's closed. Bye-bye. It's over. It's over. See, look at this. Ending. It's ending. And they're the only one that cannot figure this out. Well, clearly woman here is freaking out. Man is not intelligent enough to even figure out what is happening. The tyrant, I don't even know who is that psychopath. But I do see that whatever they have been doing to you, this whole intentional desire to set you up, because they knew they're under the time. There's a clock ticking. Tick-tock, right? They knew they're like, okay, we only have so much time. And if we do not cause him or her legal problems and put you in prison, then we're done. So that's why they're scared. They're scared because not only boomerangs and punishment are heading their way, but because they're scared of physical prison. So this is ending, and you know it. You know it. You either feel it, that this is ending. Yeah, I see France. It's a group of corrupt friends that did this to you. A group of friends. A group of, let's say, cops. A group of soldiers, or some cops, some from military, some lawyer. I don't know. It's a group of friends that did this to you. Not your friends, but they're all friends. It was their idea because they're kind of like helping each other. And there is evidence too. See, I mentioned that FEDS, Federal Bureau of Investigation, they have evidence that they're all friends. That this was not no random coincidence you're targeting. That they're all friends. Lawyer knows a cop. That cop is a friend with the same military. So in other words, the undercovers were able to pinpoint and collect all of these evidence. And all the evidence point at this so-called friends. There's evidence of that. Yeah, see, look at this. FBI, CIA, CSIS, MI5, and or Interpol even. They have evidence. Evidence that all of these criminals that did this to you, that they're all friends. Man and a woman, like I said, could had romantic relationship. There's definitely someone here had romantic, intimate relationship. That they all pushing each other out, right? It's a conflict of interest. Yeah, I see also they could have hired somebody to spy around your property. Because they want to plant evidence. They want to entrap you. That's the card of this falsification. They've done it before. So they're trying to do it again. But Federal Bureau of Investigation or CSIS, they have evidence that you're a victim of these criminals. They have evidence whoever spying on your property, whoever trespasses on your property. All of this is on record. Yeah, see, friends. Again, friends. Sending their friends to do this to you. Now, they're done. I see someone here drives a white car. White car, white vehicle. Someone with a white vehicle. Doesn't have to be a vehicle. Doesn't have to be a car. Could be a truck. Could be a Jeep. Right? But it's white in color. Online dating and identity theft. Yeah, see, again, online. They're doing something online here. Posing to be you. Gossiping about you, lying about you. There's a card of a lawyer who is an air sign. Lawyer, air sign. We've seen a male here. Maybe it's a lawyer. Maybe some corrupt lawyers. Or one is a lawyer. There's a lawyer who is an air sign. I see jackpot. Intimacy. A lawyer, air sign, intimacy, and the end. Some lawyer. Like I said, it could be a man and a woman, a lawyer, and some other person. But they're all, like I said, they're friends. They're corrupt. And it was all about promotion. It's all about fraud, conspiracy, you name it. A lawyer, air sign, intimacy. Take it what it resonates. But I do see that this is over. This is over for these people. Now let's quickly take a look. What is this boomerang? What kind of boomerang this so-called lawyer, air sign, intimacy is this is all about? Boomerang for these criminals. The card of cross. Well, cross means what? It's a heavy burdens. That's what it is. Yeah, I see you have been waiting. You have been waiting for this situation to kind of end for a long time. You're tired. You're patient. You're trusting the process. You're trusting the process. Yes, it's definitely a very heavy burden that was placed on you. It was absolutely unnecessary to target you. But once again, I cannot justify a sickness of this community to target you. I can't. You were simply used as a stepping stool for these cowards to get ahead in life. Unprovoked. You did not deserve any of this fraud and this misfortune. None. None. But yes, cross is it's a very karmic situation. It was written in your destiny. Doesn't mean that you've done anything wrong to deserve it, because you've done nothing wrong. This could have been karmic from your ancestors, right? It's a heavy burden, but you carried it, and you carried it with honor and strength. and you trusted the process, right? You grown a lot. You become very wise going through this situation with this sick karmics. But I do see the ending here. See, there's the card of blood. It was a blood karma, like through blood. Okay, I see meeting. Meeting. Someone, soon you'll meet someone. Soon you will meet someone new. I do see the situation is ending. These people will never cross your path ever again. It's kind of like a train going different direction, right? Look at this. You go in one way and they go another way. Your, the train of life will never cross again. These people will be in prison. And you will meet some new person, I see. See, you're about to meet a new person. I also see that this individual, if this is a couple, a husband and wife, they're drinking alcohol. I see separation. I see a lot of arguments. They're fighting. They have problems. Of course, this is their boomerang. Boomerang is what? Under influence, overindulging in alcohol, constant fighting. Once again, this is the card of the book and sunflower that represents truth, revelation, meaning that truth is prevailing. And maybe perhaps there is a lot of fights because of this truth for these people. Gossip, see, gossip. They're gossiping. But right now, people are gossiping about your resurrection. You're like a phoenix, right? Because this community cannot figure it out. How? How can you just resurrect? Every time they thought that you're finished, that you're done, and yet, kabam, here you are. They never expected your resurrection. So now, a lot of people are talking about your strength, gossiping about how strong you are. Have you actually lift yourself up from the ground, from that ashes that you were placed because of this sociopathic so-called couple who are actually an alcoholics, drug addicts, and psychopaths, love lives, and criminals. That's what now people talking about you. Look at him. Look at you. They really thought you won't make it. Let's ask this question. I'm curious. What did this corrupt, crazy thought that's going to happen to you? What did they thought that is going to happen to you? Let's see. Because clearly wherever they thought, it happened even for your own good. What did they thought is going to happen to you when they chose to target you? What did they thought going to happen to you? Let's see. What did they thought? Ace of Swords, logic, power. Queen of Wands. Okay. Well, they shown me right now here, you, right? This is you, fire sign. What can I say? Well, you're very passionate. You're also very logical. You're very smart. You have insight. And I'm kind of very surprised that your enemies did not take that into account. I'm very surprised that it was not taken into account how intelligent you actually are. How intelligent you actually are. What did they wanted? What did they wanted? Yeah, see, they wanted you to feel stuck for a long time. They wanted you to become hateful. Hateful, angry, that you would like miss out, right? Problems, stuck, right? Stalemate. Stalemate meaning no movement in life. Because water represents life, right? They really wanted you to feel stuck, to feel afraid, or maybe to be afraid, to have no life. Like, it's a very twisted and disordered couple here. These people, most likely husband and wife. very messed up in the head. I cannot justify why. Why would they wanted to do that? Because it's so silly. Like I said, they did not knew your internal fire. They did not knew your power. That you're so enthusiastic, that you're passionate about life, that you're determined, that you're adaptable, that you're independent. That's what they wanted. They thought you won't adapt to a situation and the circumstances and restrictions that this couple were going to put you in. And I do see in the bottom of the deck, I have finances again. That you would lose, that you will have setbacks in life, that you will become poor, poverty, right? That you would not be rewarded, right? For your job, for your work, for anything, money. Like I said, since this woman over here in generally are so greedy and so sociopathic community, because these people, they have nothing to offer. The way they make money in life in generally throughout their whole careers and who they are as a human beings, that's to be nice to them in general, so I call them human beings, and generally their love lives, okay, is through connections, through deceptions, through fraud. They may initially commit fraud for a living if they're lawyers, liar, right? They're corrupt lawyers, corrupt cops, abusers. They don't know how to make an honest buck. They don't. Just lies. Greedy. Greed is a key word here. Oh, whom should I abuse to get ahead in life? But they never took into account, like I said, that you're like a phoenix. Phoenix is who you are. Phoenix. So they wanted you to be poor for some reason. For some reason, they thought that if they could make you poor or put some sort of restrictions or draw you into a poverty, then of course, nobody would have cared. Who cares about poor people? Really? Right? I also see her family. Pity that you would have arguments with your family, that you would have no friendship with anybody, no husband, no wife, no friends, so everybody would turn you away. They were targeting you every aspect of your life. First, they're the one that create this bullshit problems, imaginary crap, and then they would hope that you would give up. They would hope that you would break. But like I said, that's not you. That's not you. It's not you. There's the card of lovers came up. Manipulation, yeah. Manipulation. Manipulators. Yeah. United. A couple united to manipulate you. See? They're just manipulators. They united to manipulate you. But it's over. It's over. Yeah, and they lied on you. See? Malice, lie, envy, carelessness. You suffer all because of malice. Jealousy, lie, deception, hatred towards you. Because I guarantee you, this woman over here, this sociopath, who maybe perhaps drives white vehicle, really, really disliked you, was jealous of you, was envious of you. But at the end, look at you. You're happy, right? You're glorious. You're glorious. You're celebrating. You're celebrating. And you have a lot to look forward to. Like I said, there's a message coming in that soon you will find out every single thing about all of this trio. Especially this man and a woman that united together in order to hurt you. They go into prison, and once again, they're drunks, they're alcoholics, drinkers, drink all the time, fighting with each other, if this is some sort of boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife, whatever. They have problems. So in other words, everything that they decided to brought into your life is coming back to them. Every bad word, every gossip, every wish, every action, every single move and attempt that was targeted at you is coming back to them. What else? Boomerang. Boomerang. Something very unexpected here is happening in their life because they don't expect it. They don't expect it. Yeah, secrecy, secrecy. They're trying to keep secrecy. There's also witchcraft here coming up as a big secret. Maybe a woman doing some sort of magic and losing her mind, or maybe lost her mind already, or being hunted. Obsessed, or thinking somebody's stealing something from her, like losing her mind. Someone also see blame, self-blaming, does not like to see their own reflection in the mirror. What else? Yeah, see, this is the wish. The wish of this woman and these people to dirt your name, because that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're simply trying to portray you from the worst side possible. It fails. It fails. This is just their empty wish. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen at all. And once again, this is the card of Crossroad, which means that once again, soon you will receive a message, official message, that these people are either behind the bars or this is over. Of course, you will be on top of this situation. You will receive a message, notification, that a confirmation that either something bad happened or terrible happened. In other words, the universe will send you a messenger or a message that these people are either in prison, where clearly they belong, or they being sued, or something like that in nature. So in other words, Crossroad represents that you and them are going to take a completely different direction. Completely different direction. In conclusion, what else for you? Moon and Capricorn. Once again, this is accomplishment. Scale mountains to gain a sense of achievement. Accomplishment. You will realize that you have accomplished a lot going through this situation. You are a different person. We have seen the Phoenix here already. And on top of that, fire sign, meaning you're not the same person as you used to be. Maybe these psychopaths remember you, the old you, right? Like when you used to be. But you're a different person. Completely different person. You were reborn. You died spiritually, and you reborn a completely new you. You're no longer the same person, okay? So once again, accomplishment, meaning you will be proud of yourself. You will be happy. You will be happy what you have accomplished and whom you become. Whom you become. You're so strong. These people, they're nobody. They're truly nobody. You probably right now looking at these clowns and shaking your head. How stupid and foolish one can actually be to believe that you would have ever let this slide. That's not you. That is not you. These people had no idea, like I said, they so underestimated you. So underestimated who you are as a person. And they will find out hard way. And they are already finding out hard way, because I see women here losing their mind, like going cuckoo. Maybe even a man too. Maybe all of them. All of them. Because the boomerang, I feel like, is coming in so powerful because they hurted the innocent. And you were the innocent in this situation. It is God himself and the higher realm that is punishing these psychopaths. You don't even have to do anything. There's already undercover watching them. So in other words, they're going to jail. Doesn't matter who they are. You don't have to feel intimidated by a cop because it's a cop or because it's a lawyer, blah, blah, blah. It does not matter. Because nobody is above the law. Nobody. Not even a judge. Not even a judge. Even though judges are constitutionally protected. They're going to be removed. Just as they were appointed. Okay, my wonderful sweethearts. This was the reading for you. I do hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And once again, if you're new, welcome. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I love you all. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys.